After the game, Francis Fournier said this: they're better individually, but they can be beaten as a team. Shady. Acho, who's most to blame for the Team USA loss?
Well, hands down, it's got to be France because France at this point is just better. Let's not forget in the 2019 FIBA World Championship, who beat the U.S.? France. So who's got 5 NBA players on their roster? France. Who's got guys who are big and physical? France. France right now at this point is better. And Rudy Gobert said it best at the end of the game as well. He said, we're not surprised. We're not surprised. This is step one, but we're not going to be satisfied until we have that thing hanging around our neck, which is a gold medal. So France is at this point better than the United States at this game. It's a different game. This isn't the NBA. There are 10-minute quarters. Fouls are called differently. Even the way the game is played is called differently, right? You only have 5 fouls, not 6. You can move the ball off the rim, even though it would be goaltending in the NBA. This is a different game. And France at this point, they're like the bad guys. I love Fortier's response. He says they're better individually, but we are better as a team. And I love that mindset that France has. So we should not be surprised at this point. We're sitting here saying, how did we lose? How did we lose? The last 8 games that the United States has played with NBA players, we're 3-5. So let's stop being surprised. France at this point is the better team, and they've got their eyes on the gold.
It's a fair point when it comes to France, Sam, but to me, this loss on Greg Popovich more than France because we're not having this conversation if the United States played any kind of defense and blocked out guys on the boards. I mean, for crying out loud, it looked like a layup line because they weren't blocking out Rudy Gobert and also Fournier, who's getting to the rim, and then Evan Fournier was knocking down shots in the second half. He hasn't played that well in the NBA, much less in the international competition. But if you're Greg Popovich, he's trying to be the San Antonio Spurs of international basketball, and that is flat out not going to work. It is a fair point when you mention the last eight games involving international competition. They're 3-5, and that's all on the watch of Greg Popovich since he was named coach of the USA national teams in 2017. But when you have a bunch of dudes on your basketball team named Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday and Jason Tatum, it is completely unconscionable that you allow a team in France to outscore you 16-2. So Greg Popovich better figure this out, that it's all about making adjustments as a coach. You can say you can put on the players, you got to be better defensively, but it's on you, the coach, to put together a better game plan. How do you allow Rudy Gobert to just dominate you on the inside? I don't care if he's big and tall than anybody else. He doesn't do that against guys in the NBA offensively, so there's no reason for him to do that against Bam Adebayo and Draymond Green, who know how to defend him. To me, this is all on Greg Popovich. And let's be fair. If the United States had won this game, we're not having this conversation. There's no doubt about that. But because people are so stunned, because everybody else has caught up to the United States, and this wasn't just a yesterday thing. Remember, this has gone back to 2004, where the United States team won the bronze medal. 2008, Spain gave them all they could in a gold medal game before the late Kobe Bryant hit great shots down the stretch. So, yeah, it's gotten to the point now that people should not be stunned when the United States loses. But it's the way they're going about it, especially yesterday, should bother anybody. And to me, that's more on Greg Popovich than what France was doing. That's not to slight France. But if you're Greg Popovich, you can't try to out-NBA people or one-on-one people in international basketball. The referees aren't going to allow you to do it, and better coach teams that have been together aren't going to allow you to do that as well. To me, Greg Popovich is the most to blame for this loss because he did not make the right kind of adjustments, unlike the French coach who made those adjustments and made that work for France yesterday.
So Freddie, last I checked, maybe I'm wrong on this, right? My time might be off, but the last I checked, Greg Popovich is not out there shooting buckets. Greg Popovich is not out there playing defense. Greg Popovich is not out there trying to make passes and make hustle plays. Kevin Durant is, Zach LaVine is, Chris Middleton. These guys, obviously Chris Middleton didn't play in the second half. So he's not out there. Greg Popovich is not out there. Greg Popovich didn't have an opportunity to go take the lead with a wide open three-pointer, as you saw Kevin Durant did in the fourth quarter with less than a minute left. Greg Popovich went in the corner with a wide open three-pointer, as you saw Drew Holiday miss with less than a minute left. Greg Popovich cannot coach hustle. You got to have guys who can hustle, guys who can get after it. And at this point, you're not seeing the United States team really believe that they want it more than other teams. France wanted it more. Look at the hustle plays by Luau Cabaret. Look at the hustle plays by Evan Fournier. Look at the hustle plays by everybody on that France roster, including Rudy Gobert. It's a different kind of game that we're watching. It's not the NBA. It's not iso ball. It's not small ball. You got some big, bad dudes on that France team, and they are dudes.
All right, tell me this, guys. Is Team USA winning gold, Freddie?
They're the most talented team still left, so they should win the gold, and I believe they're going to win the gold because I go back to what Drew Holiday said, that we're intelligent guys, we're going to figure this out, which means that when I heard that was his way of saying that we're taking this out of Greg Popovich's hands, because if we don't trust that he can lead us the right way, then it's going to have to be on us. And whatever friction that could potentially be there, you got enough intelligent guys on that basketball team that'll say, we got to go out there and win it for us, because maybe we can't trust that guy to put us in the right position to make the kind of plays that we need to make. I still think they win gold, but it's going to be the players doing it, not the players and Greg Popovich.
Sam?
Yeah, I don't see the U.S. winning gold. I see France winning gold, and here's why. I love what Drew Holiday said. He said, we're smart players. We work hard. We're physical. But you know what he didn't say? He didn't say we're the best players. He didn't say we're the most talented players. You know who's not there? LeBron James, not there. Steph Curry, not there. James Harden, not there. So yes, they're going to work hard. Yes, they're going to be intelligent and be smart. But the best players are not actually there. Some of the best players, like Luka Doncic, are putting 47 up for Slovenia. That's what I'm saying. So the game has changed, and I think that France is the team to beat based on what they did 2 years ago and also last night.
What French premier paid you off to be a personal basketball representative for the French basketball team, Sam Acho? That's why I want to know, because it seems like all of a sudden you're changing allegiances. Are you a real American, Sam Acho? What's wrong with you?
Just watch. Hey, just watch the game. All I do is watch the game. I just watch the game. I just watch the game. I put the film on, right? I got to watch the film, and so people would love to hear me say the U.S. is going to win. It's going to be easy. Sure. We've been saying that for 2 years. The U.S. is 3-5. I got to stop saying that. Let's start being real. Let's start watching the film, watching the games, and making adjustments.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.